go ahead and face the east here with the brother. And we would like to give all honor, glory, and praise to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash.
Hey, shalom to the sincere listener. We're out here once again to prophesy the downfall of our enemy, the head being Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. And right now his capital is known as America, which in the scriptures could be referred to as the daughter of Babylon. It could be referred to as Babylon, etc., etc. It got many titles. But that day of judgment is going to occur with America being destroyed. And with the Israelites, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, who have been chosen from the beginning of time to be gathered up. That includes men, women, and children, beginning with 144,000 men. To kick off the lesson, the brother's going to go ahead and jump to Ecclesiastes.
Chapter 12, verse 1. A subtitle of Remember Your Creator in Your Youth. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth,
while you're young. Search out the Lord while you're young, because the older you get, that's what's known as an old bottle. We talk to our own parents. Our parents deny the Bible. They deny the truth. Hey, shalom to the brother. And hey, keep pushing. Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah. We'll continue with that. So hey, remember while you're young.
Khan, remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Okay, so and it says, while the evil days come not. So hey, remember him before it's time to remember him. Because the whole entire nation of Israel and these other nations witnessing our rise to fame, under the power of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, the nation of Israel is being lifted up right now. That's why brothers are going out in the sincere spirit of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. We're coming out to gather our people in hopes that we're spared from the Lord's judgment. Because the Lord, it's nothing for him to give and to take. He gave us this information. Now we're called to use it to gather up the lost sheep. Because now we're not lost. We can't sit here and say we're lost like the rest of our people. We've been given a heavier cross to bear. And that's the point, man. We got to go harder if the Spirit allows us to do so. But while the evil days come not. So now's the time. Hey, you see it approaching quickly. All hell's about to just pop off. Like the scriptures describe Yahweh Shai's return, like a thief in the night. You do not receive a warning that your house is you're about to have an invasion. A home invasion comes unexpectedly. You didn't know the neighborhood was looking at you like you got something to offer. That's how these other nations look at us. They look to take us out off of these highways and hedges, and hey, the Lord knows that. The Lord sees that, and who's with us and who's not. But it says, that's part of girding up thy loins. But it says, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And that's when you grow old and bitter to this thing. Who can turn a crooked thing straight? That's why a lot of our people, the older jakes, they have no clue. They walk around clueless, giving praises to the so-called white man. And just us saying these statements hurt their feelings. I know, because I've been around these people long enough to tell that they don't like themselves. You see the so-called blacks prefer light skins. You see the so-called Mexicans prefer to be, separate from the so-called blacks. You see the so-called blacks thinking that the darker they are, the better they are. That's not the mentality the Lord described us to have. The Lord described us to have a God-fearing attitude. Fear Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, and then serve your brothers.
Spirit.
That's the spirit. That's what we were blessed with. That's what true love is, to keep the commandments. That's what you get to understand at a young age. Now there's brothers that have been blessed. Even in an older age, they come to their senses. And they're still liking unto babes. That's the same with us. No matter how old or young you were. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a younger Jake that receives this message. The older ones are going to try to lead them astray. They're already set for this world. They're settled. They've been programmed too much. You can't unplug them. But I'm going to check what the brother had commented. You can go ahead and pull up that next precept. What state your brother's in, Malachi? And we're in Texas, San Angelo, Texas. Out here in America, of course. So hey, Lord willing, we can keep pushing.
God, we got Joel chapter 2 verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the ambitions of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
It's nigh at hand. Nigh at hand referring to how near it is. Most people have counted a slack. They think the Lord's not coming. Would you read verse 1 and 2, or just 1?
Just 1.
Okay, yes. Hey, blow ye the trumpet in Zion. And that's what we're doing through the Spirit. Within, because we represent the church. Our body is a temple of the Heavenly Father. And this church has been scattered. The believers of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai have been scattered, and we're blowing the trumpet. We're warning our people, but our people ain't going to take heed. They prefer to follow the ways of the heathen, which we're going to get into in the book of Joshua. That they're blindly following their oppressors. And when we warn them, hey, they literally come at our own necks. They turn on their own people.
Crazy.
Yeah, like we're the problem. We're warning them. They're rolling with the enemy. The scriptures, it's all good. The scriptures go into never trusting thine enemy in the book of Sirach. You people we became your enemy because we tell you the truth, like it goes into in the scriptures. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai sent us to be telling the truth. We'd be going off if we lied to you and told you everything's sweet. You can't take. How can you even describe sweet without bitter? How can you people describe it? How can you teach it? So that's another reason why we're going through these low conditions at this moment. Now we can describe how sweet things will be and how sweet they are when you start to learn what's the truth. Yeah, you know. But let me continue. I go for verse 2, Baba Kushan.
Joel 2 and 2. A day of darkness and the gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
Okay, so the time coming is not going to be great. Salakia for the win. The time coming is 70 AD. Our people have fall off, but this fall off that's about to come, the wicked of our people being casted out, purged out of the nation of Israel, hey, that's going to be a greater judgment. You see, nothing new under the sun. Time and time again, the nation of Israel has been judged, but this is the lowest it's gotten, and it's going to continue to drop lower and lower. Every day we see a new low on this side, and that just gives us hope, because everything we've been studying is actually happening in front of our very eyes. You know, and the flesh gets caught off guard sometimes, and then you remember through the spirit. This was supposed to happen. What the fuck? What do we got to cry about? We knew the Lord gave us the secret. He revealed it. Now, what do we got to do? We got to come and reveal it to our people and lead them through the spirit. You see, lead them to Yahweh Shai. Tell them about how great and what He did for us as a people. Not for every other people. You'll catch the northern kingdom walking with these other, nations. That's what through the spirit I felt. 2 northern kingdom Israelites walking amongst what it looked to be, this looks to be deceiving. It looked to be 2 Edomites, or 3, whatever the case may be. But the point is, our people got to come up out of Babylon spiritually. This isn't the nation you want to live and die for. The nation you want to live and die for is the one that Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai represents. That's what He did it for, His people. He even described His own mother not being His people if she doesn't serve the Heavenly Father. So that's how deep this is, man. That's why we're not called and sent here to be worshiping Mary. Mary she was blessed among women. She carried Yahweh Shai. Hey, but Yahweh Shai did a greater thing, which he lived and died for the nation of Israel. He had to reject His own mother. The same way He described to us to do. We have to, hate them. Which you Christians get tied up in words because y'all don't understand them. We just love them less. We do not put our own mothers, children, wives, worldly brothers before this truth. Because our brothers according to the flesh are not our brothers according to the spirit, if they're not in this truth. Now, some brothers are blessed to have, a physical brother in the truth. Me and the brother knew each other before we came into the truth. So the Lord's blessed us, and it gives us hope. We may have known each other in the past. Who knows? Same way with brothers linking up like constantly on the common boards. You never know. We may have known each other. But hey, at the end of the day, man, if we're not in the name and we're not destined to be saved, hey, it's just a big what if. But we have faith in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai that we've been sent for a purpose. We've been called for a purpose, not just sent to be blind. The Lord guided us, and now we got to take heed. So we'll continue with this lesson, because that's essentially what we've been coming out to do, is to call our people to repentance. And we touched on the prodigal son last week, but we'll touch a little bit with one verse here in a second. Go for it, Doc.
Zephaniah 1 and 14. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near, and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
So that represents Esau's military. They're going to cry bitterly whenever they realize that's not a so-called white man showing up to save them. That's Yahweh Shai, a Hebrew Israelite, showing up to save his people, not just anybody. Those crazy guys you see up the street talking about the Bible every week, hey, they weren't crazy after all. They just weren't blinded like the rest of the people. They weren't following the ways of this world. They didn't fall in love with the woman in the red dress. So hey, naturally you got to question who's doing right by the Bible and who's not. And that's what's scary, because some of our people still have the Bible and still are considered lost. So hey, the Lord really has to be dealing with you. The Spirit really has to be on you to understand it. But go for it, Doc.
Zephaniah 1:15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness.
And that's why we get that false title. Well, hey, it's not even a false title. It's just them trying to smear dirt on our names by calling us prophets of doom. That's the truth, though. What is the scriptures? Reread that out, Baba Kusha.
That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress.
So this is a warning. The brother's warning you people. If you can't understand it, then maybe you just don't have the Spirit on you. The beginning of knowledge is the fear of the Lord. How greater is it when he's pissed off? This is what it's describing. Go for that.
A day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess,
So
a day of
go. So it's not a fun time. Continue up.
a day of clouds and thick darkness.
And really, the ICBM missiles. This place is going to be covered up. You ain't going to be able to walk outside and say, wow, it's a sunny day. The skies are clear. It's going to be the opposite. You ain't going to be able to breathe. Our people freak out when a little sand comes through the city. Whenever it's not, the whole fucking atmosphere covered up by a nuclear radiation. Fuck, man. The closest thing we got, for brothers that ever played video games, Call of Duty, Nuketown. When at the very end of every game, I want to say they had the nuke go off. And you just hear ringing, and hey, same thing with fireworks. You get too close, you bing, grenades, That's just a fucking video game. That's nothing compared to what's really about to happen. Let me grab the brother's precept while you hold those next few verses. Right? The brother said, Deuteronomy, playing upon table 777. The brother commented Deuteronomy 12:28. Observe and hear all these words, which I command thee, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee forever. Of course, yeah. So lineage. When thou doest that which is good and right, in the sight of Yahweh thy God. The brother comments in 2 Ezra 7:43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. And that's exclusive. That's not the entire earth is going to be able to say they can't die. No, that's the nation of Israel. The first Adam, which is Yahweh, if you can receive it through the Spirit, he's going to go back to his royalty, his immortality. Everything will come back in full circle with the return of our Messiah. And it's wind, man, it's powerful. All I think about is the days of Noah, when that storm came. Spiritual storms are coming, man. And that's what that red moon represented. The Lord's giving us signs in the heavens, and we're not worried about it. What we're worried about is doing right by the Heavenly Father. The heathen are dismayed. They're worried about things to come, because they have no fucking clue. All they see is a red moon and think, that's interesting. The sun is covering, like they have that X. I don't know what city it was exactly, but it's according to the script. I want to say it was, let me see. The Lord is crafty, man. So it says, there it goes. This is just a quick title. This is March upload on YouTube from Gospel Lessons. And it shows you, these people, whether they're in the truth, they're not in the truth, but hey, if the Lord has somebody wake up in that, it says Gospel Lessons. The April 8th, 2024 eclipse and the 7 cities named Nineveh, because the eclipse is marking out 7 cities that are labeled Nineveh. That's spiritual, man. I want to say, let me confirm this real quick. Exactly. So Jonah prophesied to the people of Nineveh. He warned them of destruction. And what are we doing today? Hey, we're prophesying to our people that have been scattered across the whole earth. All our brothers have been placed amongst the entire earth, just for this message to go out there. The internet was only set up for us to speak. Because, yeah, people are right. If the cameras didn't work, the internet wasn't on, hey, we would be prophesying literally to the wind because people aren't out here. Hey, traffic has died down in San Angelo, Texas. And, hey, it is what it is. We keep pushing. We don't have to have a crowd to come out. Who the hell are we? So at the end of the day, the internet's nothing but the heavy lifting. It's nothing but an easier access. Now the people at our arm's reach, brothers overseas can watch our clips, our videos, and we can watch them. And we could all, hey, contribute. Iron sharpeneth iron. Because that's what we do, man. We look out for one another. And at the same time, we're looking out for the ones that are still in that old man phase. They need to come up out of it. That's what people got to remember. We're not out here to heal those that are already healed. Like Yahweh came for the sinners. That's what we're out here for. We're out here looking for sinners that need repentance. They need the physician. They need the Spirit to guide them and wake them up. So that's what we hope to give them. And we're casting the net, and we're taking in the good and throwing out the bad, like the scriptures go into. But you could go for it out.
Come. Zephaniah 1:16. A day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers.
We're against all. I kind of spoke on that.
You want me to throw this weight in there? In the bag?
Nah, that'd be too heavy.
Okay.
Yeah, the Lord willing, this camera stays stable. We'll keep pushing. Go for it out. What verse was that? 16?
Yeah, 1:16. I'm moving on to Zephaniah 1:17.
Read on down to 18, Baba. Push up.
And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord. And
so this is Israelites, and of course all nations, because all nations, by default, they can't sin, but that means they're not righteous by default. They're like null and void. They're servants, literally, like a dog or a donkey. They serve us. Hey, these other nations are going to be like cattle to us, but we're going to treat them better than they treated us. That's how righteous the Israelites are coming. Yeah, although we've been through the dirt, but except for Esau, Esau's going to get however the Lord wants him to get it. We understand what we read in the scripture. We're going to rule with the rod of iron. Hey, but you people, hey, it has to occur first. Hey, we're not going to say too much. We're going to let it happen. Hey, people know what's coming. They feel it. Edomites know they're less than us. We'll leave it at that. Other nations understand. The Israelites are up. Rise Israel.
And their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land.
There you go, all the Israel idol worshippers. And that follow these other nations, because these other nations are idol worshippers. They don't worship the true power. It's not for them. They couldn't. The only way they would do it is that, hey, if the Lord just simply had a Rahab occur. Rahab was a Canaanite woman, and all she was basically they like to call our people out, talking about house Negroes. That's what you other nations are going to be. You're going to be, hey, if you're moving right, hey, we'll take care of you. But hey, we still can't trust you. Like what that new Future album, we don't trust you. I mean, come on. We'll never trust these other nations. We've seen too many times when they take power, they mislead us. That's the point. We're not supposed to let them take power. Same with the woman. You don't let the woman guide you. You guide the woman. Look at Adam and Eve. Look at King Solomon. Look at, a nation after nation. Man, look at Job's wife. Job's wife wanted Job to throw in the towel. But he didn't. So he was declared a righteous man, a perfect man. Because he just stuck to the code, stuck to the script. And that's what we're called to do. We can't be high-minded right now. We still serve these fucking other nations, whether we like it or not. So we have to remain humble. But hey, we're in high hopes that when that table turns, man, we will have the right mind to rule righteously. And hey, if we had to crack some heads, hey, the Lord's gonna have us. But who's gonna stop us? You ain't, like the scripture said, you ain't gonna pay us off. All your riches, all these nations' other riches, these other nations' riches are literally going to be ours for profit, for gain. The earth was set up for you jakes, man. This ain't the state you wanted in, though. Because if you cared, hey, you get right with the Lord. You know, our people can't even take care of their own bodies, man. So they're not even fit to rule yet. We need to be taken out of these bodies. Set in our, after Yahweh receives his glory, of course, the nation of Israel is going to receive their glory. You see? That's how humble Yahweh is. He could have did it all for himself, but the Lord didn't set it. Yahweh didn't set it up that way. Yahweh didn't want it that way. He brought in his brotherhood. Doesn't Jake rap like that? I won't go in if my brother can't go in. Like, that's how you know we're the nation of Israel. These other nations don't give a fuck about each other. You see it timeless, man. Even in entertainment, they betray each other. You know, for brothers that are familiar with Breaking Bad, and they're always kind of, of course, you got Jake's mixed up in there, but hey, they're always regarding and betraying each other.
Out for themselves.
Yeah, everyone in the dog-eat-dog world. That's the times we're living in. But guess what Yahweh Shai taught us? The opposite. Hey, if one of us eats, we all eat. That's the mindset to have. Putting each other first. Hey, there you go. Freely ye have received, freely give. And all it took was that Abba Bivens. And brothers, hey, at the time that took heed. And just look how fast this message has gone across this earth.
We got Revelation 18 and 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Hey, America's literally gonna fall. Be destroyed. Great city, right? Great America, right? 1 hour, short amount of time, the Lord's gonna take away this place. Gone and forgotten. A laughing stock. And that's what it is, man. That's something to rejoice over. That's prophecy. That's the spirit of Yahweh Shai, to prophesy. We've been warned, man. So now we're blowing the trumpet. We're giving warning. All hell's about to break. World War III. We've been in a spiritual war. That's why we're out here so passionate. We're in a spiritual war. So the everyday person, the everyday Jake, these other nations, of course, can't understand it. They're not spiritual. The everyday Israelite, they're still lost, man. They still wonder why we're pissed. Hey, soon they're going to realize. They're going to see, right? They're going to see that their so-called friends turning on them. We expect these people to fold. You see? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright, right on time. We're resetting again. Precepts the brother had commented. Playing upon tables once again. And Salaki, I read your YouTube handle, your name, but it slipped my mind. So if the brother, hey, Baba Kusha, if you could comment your name spiritually, of course. Right here. So the brother commented Luke 1 and 52 to 53. He has put down the mighty from their seats and exalted them of low degree. He has filled the hungry with good things, and the rich he had sent empty away. Mashak the water. I wanted to say Malak, but of course that's king. Mashak the water. Alright, so hey, beautiful precept. The Lord's gonna raise us up, man. And that's Lord willing. We're not out here to declare it. We're out here to hopes. And ask and ye shall receive. Our faith, guys, we gotta endure through faith. Just like we don't ask the Lord with a wavering doubt. If you feel like it, nah, hey Lord, this is what I want. And hey, if it be your will, that's the mentality we come. If it be your will, Lord, hey, we want to be saved. We want, etc., etc. This is the mindset we've been called to have. And of course, brothers understand this. This is more for the listener. You see? And it really to build each other's faith up, because that's part of the growth is repetition. We can't despise the milk. We can't despise, the one brick. We can't despise the cornerstone. That's what Yahweh Shai represents. But our people, some of them are rejecting. A vast majority of our people are rejecting the cornerstone. So they're not going to last, man. Their foundation ain't going to, this hard and heavy wind is enough for them to fall down. The wicked, hey, the righteous fallen, the just man falleth 7 times and gets back up, but the wicked fall into mischief. So that represents our people that are just going off following the wicked, and of course, flat out Esau, Edom, and these other nations. Esau's so damn wicked, these other nations understand that. Ammon understands it. Moab understands it. Ishmael understands it. Ham understands it. These Hamites, Canaanites. We'll go for it, huh?
Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people.
Children of thy people. Hey, come on. How y'all gonna sit here and tell us that the nation of Israel isn't the chosen? Nation of Israel is just, hey, it don't matter anymore. We've been grafted in. No, grafted in is referring to the wicked of our people falling back into their right mind, rising up to their right mind, because they've fallen at one point. That's what the fallen, like they say with the fallen angels, that's the nation of Israel before they were Israelites. They fell from their glory. So they had to be Kwam Yasharala, rise back up to their power. Remember that the gods that they are. Because if you leave it up to Esau, he's going to tell you you're nothing but faggots. You're nothing but gangsters, thugs. You're nothing but drug dealers. That's what this world teaches. They push that, and if they didn't, why is it that the so-called Jews get paid off of Jake's music? Jake don't get paid off of that. Yeah, they make a crumb, but the whole pie is literally in the pockets of the so-called white man who has taken our heritage, our nationalities. Called us indigenous, like there is no people that were before him. They just they came before, but this is the new time. That's what Esau pushes. That's what the Renaissance represented. Yeah, Jesus was black, but this is the new picture we're gonna put out there. Yeah, the nation of Israel were black, but we're gonna even call them black because they didn't even call them black at one point. We had Moors, we had other titles, various titles, indigenous, African American, and black. Let me grab this little bit of research real quick.
But
hold Daniel 12:1, Baba Kusha, we'll reread that in a sec. And this shows how stupid our people are. It says right here, this is escholarship.org. And the title of this, This article is The Label Identity Shift from Negro to Black in the 1960s. In the 1960s, there was a shift from the use of Negro to the use of Black as a group identifier. In 1966, Stokely Carmichael shouted the phrase Black Power. 3 years later, in 1969, Negro was replaced by Black as the dominant label identifier. And of course, this is a shame unto our people. That's a byword and a proverb to be known as Negro or Black. And even for you Northern Kingdom Jakes, Hispanic. That means you pertain unto Spain. How are the Hispanics in America, but yet at the same time they belong to Spain? That shows you were treated like cattle. That's what it comes down to, man. People over generation after generation have understood to really dominate and rule, you have to have other nations following and your orders. So what happened in the time of King Solomon's authority? What happened in the time of King David's authority? Or Adam's authority? The reason Adam was regarded very high is because he had the breath of life. He understood how to rule. These other nations were sleeping with each other. Canaanites were sleeping with their own mothers, their own sisters. On this side, they call it taboo. That shows these people have no order. King David's son, trying to sleep with his concubine.
Check this one out, Doc. That's what the meaning of this means.
Oh yeah, and then here's this word the brother pulled up. This is negard. It says a meaningly covetous and stingy person. Hey, so it's a slur, man. It's to look down on you. So that's why we're here to tell you who you are according to the Bible. The so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American man are gods. We are powers. And we're here to serve Almighty power in the name of His Son. hey, these other nations feel little when we say these things. Because that's what they are. As a man thinketh, so is he. But then you got white supremacy, Esau's pride. He tries to push this white supremacy. Black is whack, white is right. They don't want their daughters falling for Jakes. They ain't gonna have that call in the kingdom. I ain't gonna go be no lynch mob, man. So we'll be handling judgment. We'll be calling the shots righteously. However the Lord sees fit. Because we're gonna have godly minds to the perfection. What we're striving for today is perfection. In front of all you people. We're learning how to crawl while you people are just sitting down. And then we're going to walk and run, fly eventually, hey, to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. You know, it's baby steps, man. This ain't an overnight success story. Look how many years the Lord is long suffering unto his people. Let me grab this example since I mentioned it up. I mentioned it, this is going to be 2 Samuel chapter 16 verse 22 in the NLT. So they set up a tent on the palace roof where everyone could see it, and Absalom went in and had sex with his father's concubines. So this is going off. Absalom was counted wrong for doing this. And that's just a knock on these heathen, man. Just to clarify why I stated that. And while the brother holds that next precept, I'm going to grab the comment board from the brother Mashak. I'm about to say that like 7 times so my memory, it registers. The brother Mashak with the channel playing upon table 777, Romans 9 and 26. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people. Yeah, you're not Israelites, y'all are black. You're not Israelites, y'all are wetbacks. Y'all ain't Israelites, y'all are redskins. That's what they like to call Native Americans. That's Esau hiding. That's fucking like, they know they're liars, so they call you a liar. They know they're fat, so they call you fat. That's the mentality of the wicked. It says, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living God. Hey, that's what we're called, right? That's why these other nations, they fall into corners. They start trying to fight back by yelling the name Jesus, like that's going to do something. Isaiah 2 and 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. Yes, all nations are going to abide by the rules and regulations of the Israelites, beginning with Yahweh in the name Yahweh Shai. And it's his fellow brethren. It says, Psalms 19 and 7, the law of Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple. Hey, there you go. But continue with that.
Come, we got Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, Salakia. Stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
In the book, so the elect, man, predestined to be saved. That's what grace really represents, is that all this time we spent on this earth, if we've been chosen, we were always going to be saved. Just like Jonah. If Jonah was chosen to be a prophet, he was always going to prophesy. It didn't matter how far he ran. It didn't matter how much the Lord put him through. He was going to turn around and prophesy. So that's what gives us hope. That's what the book of Jonah really represents. So if you're of the elect, and it's a beautiful thing to find out you didn't have control from the beginning. Because knowing our wicked flesh, we would have made the wrong decisions. You know, we're set to go off. That's why this is a strong walk. This is a challenge. Anything worth having is going to be a struggle to get. That's what winning is, something you struggle for. So we're on this side struggling to maintain. But guess what? We have a comforter that keeps us going. We have the spirit to keep us at ease, man. Keep us on a steady path. That's what persistence represents. Go for it. Hey, the archangel, we're going to have a literal angels guiding us and protecting us. Just like Lot had angels visit him. We're going to have angels visiting us, man. Whether they be physical appearing or spiritually appearing. How as I said, we're not going to be foolish and let Satan throw us off. But we understand what the Bible goes into. We understand, we got to keep it pushing. Go for it,
Kanak. We got Lamentations 3:25. The Lord is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him.
To the soul that seeketh him. That's plain. Go for it,
It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth.
In his youth. And so it's tying it back up with what we opened up with. The younger you are, the quicker you should be coming into this thing, man. Forsake this way, the ways of the world. Forsake the ways of the world, man. This place got nothing to give you, Jakes. And take it from the brothers that have been in the truth since a young age. The elders, all brothers that have been following Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai in a sincere spirit. They have countless stories and examples. That's really what the scriptures are here for. To give us examples. I just mentioned Jonah. I mentioned Noah earlier. I mentioned Job, Abraham. I couldn't, that's what the Bible represents. Us fellowshipping with Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is really us studying his word. That's how he speaks to us, man. Through the Spirit, he's guiding us through this book. Through this life. Because this book isn't just something we read and it's just there in our, to be held and not to be taken serious. This is literally life and death in our heads. House of mirth never fails. Let's let these three stooges pass by. Some trust in chariots. You got 3 Jeeps. Look like the Humvees. Esau's about to be patrolling this city with. And some trust in chariots, but we're gonna trust in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Go for it,
Khan, we got Joshua 23:4 in the NLT. I have allotted to you as your homeland all the land of the nations, yet unconquered, as well as the land of those who have already conquered from the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea in the west.
That's our promised land. Which we're going to get, man. On this side, that's what we're fighting for. The land Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai will establish for us. We'll continue with that,
Khan, that one is going to be... This land will be yours, for the Lord your God will himself drive out all the people living there now. You will take possession of their land, just as the Lord your God promised you. So be very careful to follow everything Moses wrote in the book of instruction. Do not deviate from it, turning either to the right or to the left.
And to keep your eyes single. This is still valuable information for us. If Christians really believe that the Son of God came so the Old Testament can be done away with, why would the Old Testament still be here? The Old Testament still serves a purpose. It serves the same teachings that Yahweh Shai taught. That's what it serves. But guess what? Yahweh Shai is the reason why we're not literally judged off the law. If we were literally judged strictly off the law, we'd all be dead. So we do our best to honor Yahweh Shai with our actions by following the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, it's not impossible to stop eating pork, to follow a dietary law. It's not impossible to stop getting a tattoo. It's not impossible to stop shaving your face. But our people are fucking sensitive and weak, man. Especially when it comes to a woman. My girl don't like when I shave. I mean, she don't like when I don't shave, bruh. My shit grows patchy. My hairline's weak, man. I gotta line it up. I gotta add, what do they call that? Cause I didn't even know what it was.
Spray paint?
Yeah, when they the artificial hairline, man. GMO'd hairline. Come on, man. Who knows what the fuck's in that stuff? You know, I haven't looked into it, but I bet it ain't, you know, you could do without it. Let's just say that. Our people could do without the artificial man look, the BBL, the male BBL. Come on. The Lord sent us here the way He wanted us to be, man. And this ain't even our final form. That's something to rejoice over. These bodies are weak, man. I lost teeth from the Lord's judgment before this truth. 16 years old skateboarding, or 17. I lost teeth just fucking around on a skateboard. But the Lord spared my mental, because, you know, I cracked, you know, my jaw. I didn't need surgery, didn't need go brain dead. I could still speak. My leg broke. I could still walk. Like, hey, some of these brothers that have it worse are going to be healed because they have faith in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. But hey, this is to rejoice over, man. Even in these weak, you know, like the scriptures describe our bodies like worms. We're worms, man. He described the nation of Israel as a worm, Jacob as a worm. Thou worm Jacob. We're defenseless, man. And the Lord wants us to stub our toe, we're going to stub our toe. What the fuck are we going to do? I'm not going to walk around with steel toe boots 24/7. So, hey, the Lord really has us on this side. So that's what they keep it pushing. Go for it, huh?
Make sure you not associate with the other people still remaining in the land. Do not even mention the names of their gods, much less swear by them or serve them or worship them.
And that's why we have an image of Cesare Borgia with double horns, because that's a deception. That's what that false name, those false images represent, is deception. How can we get the nation of Israel to forget who they are? Well, let's convince them their entire lives that the white man is their savior. Let's convince them that with these folly days that this is something to look forward to. Because Esau knows, he's crafty, man. He knows how to attack your flesh. He knows how to use his algorithm to whatever you're into, man, whatever you pay attention to, he's getting it on your feed to throw off your what is that, attention. He's crafty, man, so hey, we pay attention. You know, I said, hey, every fucking December, what are your children worried about if they don't understand the truth? What has Esau taught them to understand? That's the same thing with these old bottles. What about the children? That's what I used to hear. First time coming into the truth. Well, what about the kids? They don't know any better. Do it for them. Do the folly day for them. Fuck, what? You clearly don't understand why we stepped away from it. And I'm not mad at you for that. You know what? That's for y'all. My children ain't gonna deal with this. Y'all wanna be foolish and still waste your money, go for it. You know? But we're not gonna let your gifts deceive us, man. You wanna throw some money at us. Whatever, right? But that's not what we're here for. Hey, we told you what we're here for. And if it ain't clear, hey, you'll see us out here, man, for years to come. Hey, Lord willing, this is the last year. You know, me and the brother with the Passover. Yahweh willing, that was the last Passover on this side. Next Passover, we'll be sipping wine with Yahweh Shai, literally. Adon Ratzazah. If we be found worthy, according to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai's will. Go for it, huh?
Come. Joshua 23:8, rather cling tightly to the Lord your God as you have done until now. For the Lord has driven out great and powerful nations for you, and no one has yet been able to defeat you.
And even on this side, man, even within our captivity in Babylon, they couldn't defeat the so-called Negro. They're too damn greedy. They wanted to keep them working for free. Esau, hey, if it was truly in his power, he would have got rid of the Bible. He would have got rid of the nation of Israel. And that's that. But every time and time again, every time they tried to attack the nation of Israel, we just multiplied. That's part of our scattering. It was really a gift within, you know, with hindsight. Looking back, now we can understand us being scattered was really to protect the nation of Israel. They can't touch everyone because they're everywhere. And even that, they look like everyone. You can't stop them, man. That's the power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Go for it, Doc.
Joshua 23:10, each one of you will put to flight 1,000 of the enemy, for the Lord your God fights for you, just as he has promised. So be very careful to love the Lord your God. But if you turn away from him and cling to the customs of the survivors of these nations remaining among you, and if you intermarry with them,
Yes, you start following their gods. You join onto them. Because these other nations, yeah, they're going to serve us. We'll have concubines within the kingdom, which is nothing but a lesser wife. But we're not going to worship their God. You know, that's where King Solomon went off. He didn't go off for having concubines. He went off because he started believing in their teachings, their ways of serving their false gods, their idols. Set up in these other nations, not the idols we represent. These other nations just think are everything. We have a power that's true and living. We have their made up power that was simply set up by the Heavenly Father to deceive. So hey, really, yeah, just to have these people showing how much they love us. They love us, man. These other nations want to be us so bad. But yet our people are too stupid to realize it, and they follow their ways. They follow the ways of the heathen. Because guess what? The heathen pull up in, what is this, a fucking Ferrari or something? You see that up? The heathen pull up in a Ferrari, and they worship Islam, Muhammad and whatnot. So, oh, that's the way. Jake's dumbass falls for that shit. Fuck that Ferrari. Shit. You didn't have no oil change
just to reference that same thing, Diddy was telling Justin Bieber when Justin Bieber was 15, he unwrapped a Lamborghini Gallardo saying, yeah, this is yours. That mansion is yours.
A gift destroyeth the heart, like I referred to earlier. So, yeah, so, hey, and this might be just a wicked-ass Israelite female. That's what it looked like. But you never know. These people think they got it right now, man. That's a damn shame. Not really, though, because like the scriptures say, they've received their gift. They couldn't get this, so the Lord gave them other things. That, hey, the wicked are going to fucking, the blind of Israel, the wicked of Israel are going to follow it blindly, thinking they're up. Like today's hot thing with streaming. Man, this shit ain't it, man. Go for it, Doc.
Joshua 23:13, then know for certain that the Lord your God will no longer drive them out of your land. Instead, they will be a snare and a trap to you, a whip for your backs and thorny brambles in your eyes. And you will vanish from this good land the Lord your God has given you.
And what happened? What happened with our people becoming servants unto these other nations? What happened? Literally everything that the brother just read has happened unto our people. Nothing new. The Lord warned us. So it happened, man. Our people, hey, we got used and abused by these other people. You see? And they're godless, man. So we'll rule, and we'll set them straight and in order, no matter what it takes. But we'll do it righteously. These people did it, hey, however the fuck they felt like it. Because they have no rules and regulations. We're still men of honor, even when we become rulers. Even when an Edomite's acting out, we're going to do it righteously. We're going to use God's examples. That's what the Lord does sometimes. He'll send some random heathen up to us, and we'll make them an example. We'll spiritually beat them down. Hey. Although they want to take it physical, that's not the time we're in right now. Well, it's coming. Race wars are about to go down. But hey, only the elect are going to be spared and shown mercy. You know, we're not going to be like these fools thinking it's a black versus white thing. Hey, it's a righteous man versus all wickedness. That's what this is. This is what the war is about. A righteous Israelite versus all else. The brother commented. Why you pull up that next verse, Doc? Oh yeah, the brother came through with Psalms 110. The brother Mashak once again, Psalm 110, verse 5 through 6. The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. Oh, there you go. Mighty men. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries. Hey, and who do you think he's going to do it with? Fishermen turn hunter. The Lord's literally going to rise up his men to handle business. Hey, standing on business, righteous Israelite men will be sent on a mission. And it ain't gonna be a clean, make sure everyone loves you and likes you type of mission. Nah, we're gonna handle business, man. Y'all people have made your call on this side. You've made your decisions of who you're gonna serve and what you're about. So now we're gonna have to stand 10 toes for Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. But we're not gonna raise up ourselves. We're not gonna seek our own glory. We'll let the Lord decide when that time comes, who's gonna be it and who's not. Go for it, Ak.
We got Luke 15 and 24. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found, and they began to be merry.
So like I mentioned earlier, the prodigal son. Hey, he was dead, but hey, now we were likened unto prodigal sons. The prodigal son. You know, we were all once spiritually wasted away. But now we came back to our senses. Came back to our power. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that should work. Lord willing.
Okay. Even if you want to throw that second one there, you could.
Yeah, I'll mess with it here in a second. So continuing with the lesson, the brother's going to jump to Proverbs 11 and 4.
I'm ready when you are.
Go for that.
Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death.
And so righteousness delivereth from death, and that's what we're here to seek for. The righteous ways of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Riches ain't gonna profit you, man. If you want the wages, the wages of sin is death. If you want to overcome it, you gotta be righteous, according to the law, statutes, and commandments. Which even having faith is a law within itself, man. Well, let's prove that real quick. Matthew 23, verse 23. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, of course, the wicked of the scribes and Pharisees. For ye pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. Let me grab this in the NLT right quick. Okay, so faith is of the law, mercy is of the law. Matthew 23, verse 23, and this is going to be the Good News Translation, the GNT. How terrible for you teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You give to God 1/10 even of the seasoning herbs such as mint, dill, and cumin, but you neglect to obey the really important teachings of the law, such as justice and mercy and honesty. These you should practice without neglecting the others. Okay, and hey, the point was made in the KJV. But hey, faith, man, that's a law, man. You have to believe in this thing. And like the scriptures go into, faith is believing in things that aren't seen. You see, we don't physically see, things to come. We spiritually see it, man. Because you could read about it, but you have to have the spiritual eye to see it. And to say it still has to occur. To see prophecies. Let's go for it, Ak.
We got Luke 5 and 31. And Yahushua answering said unto them, they that are whole need not a physician, but they that are sick.
And there you go. That's what I stated earlier. You read verse 32, right?
I can read it next.
Yeah, Babakusha.
Continuing, I came not to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance.
And that's all it is, man. We're here to call upon the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Like-minded brothers by default. If you're in San Angelo, Texas, you should be reaching out. You should be coming by the camp. You shouldn't be hiding behind closed doors. You know? You should, at least be on the comment board. We got the brother Mashak. You know? And that brother goes out. He does his due diligence. So, I don't want to say, we keep pushing. Because, brothers inspire one another. That's what it's all really about,
Iron
man.
sharpen iron.
Iron, yeah, tying it back to iron sharpening iron. That's what, hey, we build each other up in the name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Like the scriptures say, man, we have to have mercy upon one another, faith upon, it's through the Lord, man, that we'll make it. But hey, like I said, going back to brothers that are possibly out in the area, hey, reach out. You know, it's not about just keeping to yourselves. That's not brotherly. You know, that's the opposite of anything. If you want to neglect, hey, that's neglecting the brothers, the sheep. This is a form of brotherly love for us to be out here, to even become available throughout the week too. You know, to keep pushing uploads. You know, despite definite whatever what is that? Your routine, whatever, however heavy your routine may be. Pray that the Spirit hits you to keep teaching, keep studying. Got to keep feeding your own spirit. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, you know. But we'll get more into it because that's pretty much what the lesson's touching on. It's all through faith, man. All the judgment we're touching upon with Daniel 12, verse 1, Joel 2 and 1, verse 2, 1 to 2. Zephaniah, I mean, come on. The scriptures warn us of the things to come. You know, so to show our faith, we got to keep plowing, keep working. You know, in hopes that we receive a pleasing position to be with Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. We're fighting to be accepted, man. That's what we're fighting from the Lord, not from you men. Clearly, we're telling you people you're dumb. Hey, if the Lord is gonna have us off with you, we're gonna off you through the Spirit, man. We'll get there when that time comes. Right now, we're just we're calling out to our people, crying out. Hey, leave Babylon spiritually. That's what we've done. You don't see us out here on Saturday nights trying to go to the club, strip club, bars.
Smoked out.
Yeah, smoking, birthday parties, barbecues with a bunch of niggards, like the brother definition. 'Cause that's what our people fall into. Coveting, wicked, man. That's a sin. Adultery. You know, man, talking about that's the hypocrisy of. That's what the Lord described you to be hypocrites. Jake will brag all day about how you fucked the nigga's bitch, and then the moment it happens to you, why'd you do this to me? You were working with the ops. Nigga, you were the op the whole time to the Lord.
Perfect example is A Boogie talking to, A Boogie with the hoodie. You know, he's quick to say he'll fuck a nigga's bitch, but he's the same other guy talking about I'm jealous when you're around my friends. Makes me want to do that kind of shit. Like,
yeah, they're off, man. That's how you know these people.
Crybabies.
Hey, the everyday Israelite, bunch of sensitive people.
A nigga with the gun being a crybaby.
Yeah, emotional. That's what it is. Raised by single parents, single woman. And even if they have the father around, 9 times out of 10, he's effeminate. He's soft. He wants to paint his nails. And they'll come up with the argument, oh, but we didn't use color. We used the clear coat. Man, you're painting your nails. That shit's off. That's like an Egyptian custom. You know, if I know they do the eyeliner. I'm not 100% on the painting the fingers. But that's a way of the heathen, man. Tattoos. I think the people, the hardest niggas out here that be trying to look the hardest are really the weakest.
Just like loudest room in the...
Yeah, the loudest in the room, man. Like a bitch, man, crazy bitch. A little pressure will have her tweaking, and there you go. She's already like a chicken with her head cut off.
As soon as that milk spills.
Yeah, as soon as the milk spills. Panicking.
Yup.
We'll go for it. We'll push back with these scriptures.
We got 1 John 5 and 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
Hey, they're not burdensome. They're not grievous. This is not something the Lord is literally tying. This is not, we're prisoners of hope. But we're not prisoners to this world like the way the wicked ass sheikhs are. That don't have wisdom. They don't know how to make a right decision if their life depended on it. And the most ironic thing is this is exactly what we're teaching. Our lives depend on our decision making. But yeah, we're on borrowed time, man. So what we do with this borrowed time is important. This is the talents the Lord gave us. He gave us this X amount of years to get right. So if a brother barely waking up, the Lord may have mercy on you. And there's a brother just barely so-called brother falling out. That's why this thing's heavy, man. A thin line we walk with Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Hey, the Passover just occurred. A lot of funny things going on amongst the brotherhood. Yeah, I can't even say brotherhood, amongst the Israelites, I should say. But we don't know at this time exactly who's a brother and who's why, hey, we just gotta stay sharp. And hopes that, hey, the Lord has. That's another example why Yahweh Shai stress brotherhood, man. Because it's one thing to just write a brother off, but like what Yahweh Shai say, forgiveness. Because brothers step on each other's toes, and sometimes it ain't even that deep. It's spiritual because, I have my nephews come over and they bicker and batter. But whenever they start coming up to one, an elder, someone older than them, whether it be me or my woman, once they come up to one of us, then it's like, all right, don't say something so small to something so big. They're both in trouble. Like, figure that shit out. And that's what the Lord's requiring of us. We gotta figure out disputes amongst brotherhood. Let shit be, man. Let the Lord decide what's gonna go down. Of course, open rebuke is better than secret love. Hey, sometimes you just gotta have good sound judgment. So, we gotta forgive one another. Not everyone's a brother. I'm not arguing that, but come on, man. Sometimes it's this little stupid shit brothers hold against each other. That's women. That's how women act, man.
The grudges.
Yeah, holding grudges and shit, man.
Receipts.
And sometimes you show mercy and then they don't even realize it. And then you bring it up later and you gotta, hey man, come on, you went off like, that's the same way with us, man. We can't be over righteous. We gotta examining ourselves is when you look at a brother, you may see a flaw, but what if you have some, 10 times worse? And that's where it comes down to. Did you notice what you went off on? That's when you just let brothers breathe, man. Sometimes, hey, there's levels to this thing, man. There's levels to it. And sometimes, that's why all the time, that's what the scriptures stress about, just don't say nothing, man. Let it be. Pray for brothers, of course. And if it's something that serious, of course, talk to the brother. But don't be going off and, just jumping the gun, man. Sometimes you don't even know what it's about. Hey, we're respectable unto these people, man. They're holding their cameras up. But hey, look at that, man. They're nice and sound in their vehicles, and we're out here dealing with the wind, man. These people find, they'll be out there on their church Sunday morning, though. But back to the lesson. Adonai Ratazai, I haven't been rambling too much, but it's edifying, Lord willing. Go for it,
We got Luke 19:10. Yahweh Shai says, "For the Son of Man is come to seek and to save that which was lost."
That's the point, man. You can't be and that doesn't mean whenever it says saved, it doesn't automatically mean all your troubles go away. No, you gotta fight. Once you realize the truth, you got your weapons now. You got your spiritual weapons. You got the Bible now. Now you gotta learn how to use it, how to operate, how to be a soldier for Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. And then you'll basically get that stamp of approval with His return and Him lifting you up in front of all your enemies, whether they be the wicked of our people or just simply these other nations. There is a lot of wicked among our people. I know times within my own personal life, there's people that were against me I didn't even know. But that's just how it goes, man. If we were too busy worried about every Joe Schmo, we wouldn't have time to be out here. We wouldn't have time to consider the ways of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. So that's why we don't really care.
Just like they say, be your own people.
Exactly, be your own people, and that's to be expected, man.
Man, my family did that to me. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's when they be trying to make things right, and that's part of
Yeah.
That's part of just trusting your enemy too damn much. These people be working for the Esau himself. And if you don't believe me, why do they still celebrate Christmas and go to church on Sunday? They work for Esau, man. They're agents, through the Spirit, man. That's just and of course they want to seek repentance. We're here, man. They know where we're at on the weekends. Especially with time. It's not like we're out telling them what we do. They just find out, man. Your actions will speak so loud. Hey, everyone's gonna know who you are when you walk into a room. You don't even gotta say nothing. And that's just because the work of the Spirit of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai is, it's too loud, man. We couldn't hide even if we wanted to. And that's what the Lord's gonna protect us from, is when all hell is breaking loose, we'll be put away wherever we're meant to be. That's gonna be nothing, man, compared to the glory that the Lord's gonna give His elect. The power you'll feel being in the presence of Yahweh Shai and being crowned. The tears of joy you're gonna, cry. the celebration that's going to occur when everything's set in order. We got to remember it's a little trouble. And the only way you can remember is if you keep plowing, you keep reading, you keep writing down these verses, man. Because sometimes the flesh will try to convince you otherwise, like you're not doing anything of value. And then here it comes. Satan shows up at camp, and then everything you've been studying is right there on the table for you to use. And that individual that thinks they're onto something is caught off guard. It made an example that you were prepared. Same with the 5 wise virgins. That's what that represents. The Israelites that were prepared, and the Israelites that still needed to go and figure out the name of the Lord. Figure out how they're supposed to act and who they are. And come on, man, that's the basics. But we could continue up.
Come on, what was that next one? My notes glitched out.
You're good. Let's go ahead and jump to
John.
It's Deuteronomy.
Okay, con. And then what was the verse on that one?
4 and 26.
Okay, and 31. Con. Deuteronomy 4 and 26. I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day, that ye shall soon utterly perish from off the land whereunto ye go over Jordan to possess it. Ye shall not prolong your days upon it, but shall utterly be destroyed.
And there you go. The judgment. Go for that. Go and read on down to that next verse at least.
And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither the Lord shall lead you.
That's why we got Israelite foreigners. So it's not a black and white thing. It's not a brown skin and red skin and etc. Man, this is a Israelite versus all you other nations. And more specifically, man, the Israelites that are willing to die for, die for it, live and die, really live for it, man. But sometimes living for it comes with what's gonna have to go through it. Just like Yahushua went through it, and the ancient righteous men went down. Hey, they got down for their crown. They're going to be risen right back up. It's like a game. When you revive, on the video game, they like you never left. That's what the Lord is. It's nothing but the Lord's programming. Because like on a video game, it's a program, right? You like it, you play on it, whatever. You die, you just reload into the next game. Hey, it's same thing with the righteous of the Israelites that are going to be risen back up. The first risen with Yahushua's return. Because death ain't nothing but a sting, man. In the moment your flesh is attacking you, we seen what Yahushua went through, sweating bullets. Hey, but he did it right. He did it, man. So what? How much do we think we're above that? We can't. But the Lord will have brothers spared from death on this side. Some brothers that literally walk this earth are not going to have to see death, and some brothers will go out for this thing. And that doesn't make one brother better than another. It just shows, hey, whatever the brothers' lots are, that's what they're going to live. And to even be considered one of those righteous men, that's going to give you a reputation that no other can obtain. You can't buy this like the scriptures went into. Go for it, huh?
Deuteronomy 4:28. And there ye shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell.
There you go. So idols, powerless, no God. Go for it, huh?
But if from thence thou shalt seek the Lord thy God, thou shalt find him, if thou seek him with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
So with all your mind. Go for it.
When thou art in tribulation and all these things are come upon thee, even in the latter days, if thou turn to the Lord thy God and shalt be obedient unto his voice.
That's why disobedience is as the sin of witchcraft. So, the scriptures talk about a witch, suffer not a witch to live. So if you're disobedient, hey, you're gonna die. But if you're obedient, the Lord's like, hold up. I put that Israelite, that son of mine in so much pain, and he recognized the message. He didn't just fucking go off and touch the stove again and fucking suffer.
You run a red light, boom.
Keep running into, he ain't running into the wall no more. That Israelite, that son of mine, you know what? Hey, he ain't too bad. He finally came to his senses, like the prodigal son. But continue on.
For the Lord thy God is a merciful God. he will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget the covenant of thy fathers which he snare unto them.
Yeah, so what he swore, what he promised. You see? That's how heavy this thing is, man. The Lord promised us salvation as a nation. Hey, and not to be all rhymey, but that's what it is, man. The Lord promised us, and that's what we're out here to declare. We have hope. This isn't the end all be all. We don't gotta just fucking watch America thrive for eternity. Fuck that. Look how much has gone bad. When was America founded? What, like 1400s? It's been shit.
It was never great.
Yeah, it was never great, man, for us. These other nations, yeah, they may be at one point, but it's always been trash. They've all grown old and got diseases, especially with their modern day, what is that, like food chart. Their modern day fast food. You see an image like, what is it, the 1900s, and they're all skinny. They're all at the beach, physically fit, a sound body. Now what do you see?
Everybody fucking DoorDash.
Yeah, everyone door dashing.
Big as hell.
Big as hell.
Handicapped.
Yeah, it's moped, what is that, the scooters at Walmart? Just because you're overweight, that shit's off, man.
That is crazy.
And that's funny because it's Babylon. These other nations, they still have a sense of not putting toxics in their food. How's it going? You see, these other nations understand better. But America, being the high-minded queendom that it is, you see it everywhere, man. And it sucks because it affects our own people. You see, and they got to be healed from that, man. They got demonic demons on them, man. Given unto their appetite.
The laziness demon.
Lazy, slothful demon, man. It's a bitch. Life is, hey, that's why you hear Jake, life's a bitch, and then you die. What did the Lord say? Let's reread a little bit. Brother, reread verse, Deuteronomy 4, verse 29 through 31. And we'll read that in the NLT, I'm just curious.
Let me pull that up.
Yeah, we'll do that, just to remix it up a little bit. Because with these other translations, all it really does is, it's you're looking at it from one perspective to another, but you gotta have the spirit to understand what the real message is. Because sometimes you'll see a word in the King James like Easter, and you morons out there will think that's something that's righteous to be celebrated. No, that's referring to the Passover. But that's another lesson. We'll go for it.
Deuteronomy 4 and 29 in the NLT. But from there you will search again for the Lord your God, and if you search for him with all your heart and soul, you will find him. In the distant future, when you are suffering all these things, you will finally return to the Lord your God and listen to what he tells you. For the Lord your God is a merciful God. He will not abandon you or destroy you, or forget the solemn covenant he made with your ancestors.
There you go. So through the Spirit, man, we're returning. We're rising back up. That's the point, man. Don't get knocked down. A just man falls 7 times and gets back up. That's the fight, man. You fall, you get up. Fall, get up. That's how a child learns to walk. He falls 100 times. Hey, guess what? He ain't falling no more. Same thing on this walk, man. You fall for, not the same thing over and over. That's just being stupid. Like they say, what are the definitions of insanity? Is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So that's what really happens with us, man. We followed so many fake gods, and then, hey, it didn't work. Guess what? The children started waking up. Out of the mouth of babes, we started, the Lord had brothers teaching, and now we're out here teaching. Now we're prophesying. Now my son could walk around and, he knows who I serve. That's not a proud statement. That's just the truth. That's a blessing. Our children should know what we teach, what we believe. But part of those curses, man, you may have a wicked ass BM, baby mama, a wicked ass what is that? Wife or concubine. Hey, but like even Jake knows she's for the streets. It's just part of our judgment, man. We have to deal with things. We have to carry our crosses. And hope, say, the Lord may spare our children. And if he doesn't, well, that's just part of the walk we have to endure. We ain't doing this for nothing, man. That's what we're out here for. We would hope that it's more than just us, but even if it's just us that's specifically going to be saved. We did our part. We played our part. Lot's wife, man. She went out. But it had to occur. Now our women could take heed. And Lord willing, be saved. We'll go for it, huh?
We got John 5 and 3. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water.
What are you at?
John 5 and 3.
That was earlier.
Was that one earlier?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
that
when I
was
got
a
mixed
couple
up.
percent. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
con. Salakia.
Yeah, you read that one earlier. I'll reread it just in case you may have not.
No, that's what messed up my copy board. That's what it was. I pasted that one instead of copy.
Okay, so to reiterate this precept, while grabbing once again, while the brother grabs Baruch. This is 1 John 5 and 3, for this is the love of God. So, hey, like I stated in Joshua, love your God. Because everyone, oh, I love God. God's good, blah, blah, blah. All right, this is what loving God is. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. And that's, I made the point with the grievous not being burdensome. But that's the point, man, in law, statutes, and commandments. Following the ways of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua is literally love. You love somebody if you're obedient. Unconditional love is not a godly thing. It's wicked. Unconditional love means you can treat me however you want and I have to be willing to accept it. That's a fucking moron. That's a man with no backbone. That's what Esau represents. A backless fucking snake. That's what a snake behavior is. He don't give a fuck about anyone but himself. Like that movie, The Founder, about McDonald's. That wicked ass nigga that founded McDonald's was Satan himself. That was part of Satan's agenda. Speaking of fast food and all these glutton demons, man, fast food, hey, that's human meat. I'm gonna say it how it is. That's not no fucking animal that you're eating out of the McDonald's, man.
Just like they had like that little testimony on the internet talking about McDonald's in China's called McDonald's.
Hey, I never knew that.
Nah, yeah, it's called WickDonald's.
Yeah, that's very telling.
Like that.
WickDonald's, man.
Just like Mickey Mouse in the reflection, or Mickey in the reflection of a mirror.
What's that?
It spells wicked.
Oh yeah, Disney. You were talking about Disney, right?
Yeah, it says
Disney.
Mickey though. Mickey itself.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think that's in a coffee mug.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the coffee mug says Mickey, but whenever you look at the reflection, it says Wicked or something.
Yeah, this shit's all a place.
Yeah, it's a joke, man. It's a fucking joke. It's an illusion. That's why they say the world's a stage. It's Esau's play right now.
Just like,
Yeah, the world is a stage, but what do you see being played? It's a fucking horror movie for Israelites. That's what it is, man. We're in a fucking nightmare. This is the American nightmare.
And then you got our people thinking, well, if we can't beat them, we got to join them.
Or that, or they think you're you're lazy. You don't want to work hard and earn your. Esau told us if we work hard, we will achieve. I heard that. There's a fucking thing I seen. They're like, yeah, if you work really hard this year and you do this, you beat all your goals. The CEO is gonna get 2 Lamborghinis this year. Like, that's the way it is, man.
That reminds me of that same spirit of being in school. If you attended to school, which I believe
They
is
get paid.
distraction.
Yeah, they get paid. The full system. Yeah.
Yeah. The full system. You appear to school,
Year round.
Yeah, for a
Participate in their pep rallies. It's a spiritual mean. They're distracting you, man. And Esau's rewarding them with the government's paying them off.
Yep.
The higher attendance rate, the higher passing rate. That's what they get supplements. I want to say I'm not 100%. Of course, I'm not in the system like that, but they get paid for that. Just like the churches. Why do you think these pastors are so damn sweet? The more they have in their crowds, the more profit they gain. Not only from your pockets, but also from the government. Less taxes, man.
I remember I had a
Or no
class.
taxes, really.
I had a class where every student failed the test. So what the teacher had to do was give a curve, because then that means she would be, losing.
Not doing her job. Yeah, she wouldn't get bonuses. Yeah, they literally. I mean, it makes sense when you think of it in the aspect of everyone's doing their job. But that's when you get wickedness where they're not even trying to teach you right. They're just trying to pass you without you doing it.
Just
right.
like that viral video. All you want to do is hand us a fucking packet, yo.
Yeah. That's what this place is. They ain't teaching you shit. And once your children know how to read, write, and do math, I mean, they'll be all right, man. Learn the Bible. The Bible's above a college degree. How much more fucking elementary and a high school diploma? A high school diploma. The Bible, man. And that's why, hey, it's the everyday person. We may look like fools, but hey, if the Lord's with us, what are they gonna do whenever all hell breaks loose? They ain't gonna understand. Their fucking diplomas ain't gonna save them. Certificates, ain't none of that gonna matter.
GPAs
Yeah,
and all that
GPA,
shit.
yeah, your score, your ranking amongst the Edomite system. Come on, it's all falling. That's part of the great fall, is the illusion. Like we said, the nightmare. Thinking that we're gonna see Lord willing, we don't see no fucking PS6, GTA 6. what is it? Right now it's the PS4, PS5. Yeah, PlayStation 6.
Yeah, you're saying it right.
Yeah, fuck, man. GTA 6. Fuck all these things, man. Don't get me wrong. When brothers have downtime, we all have a hobby. But this shit ain't it, man. We don't want to be fucking on a game.
Even at
VR,
that, it's the fucking internet that's probably lagging.
Yeah,
or some shit.
you saw, yeah. That shit's gonna get shut down. So that's why we don't get attached to it.
Lagging because the wind blowing outside.
Yeah.
Can't even enjoy a hobby.
Yeah, it's fuck this place, man. The food sucks. Everything sucks.
Yep.
And that's a good thing, man. We're not saying it all depressed and sad. Nah, it's something to rejoice over. It's all remembering how fucking bitter this place is. Going back to the Passover, that's what the horseradish represents, your captivity. The Egyptian captivity, now we're in a modern day Babylon's captivity. And that's how bitter this place is, man. It's worse. You know, my first time trying horseradish, fucking crying. Not literal sobbing, but just tears, man, how fucking bitter it is. And it's
Nostrils burning.
Yeah, nostrils burning. You're fucking. Yeah. That's why it's something to rejoice over. When this place ain't going your way, just know that the Lord got you, man. That's where our faith is. In Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. That's where our treasures truly are, is in the heavens. This place, fuck it, man. The house can go, the dog can go, the fucking car, you know. Whatever it is, man. The Lord's gonna, hey, He gives and He can take. But hopefully, hey, He's taking it so He can rise us up. He ain't coming back for our own flesh. He's coming back for our spirit. That's what He wants. He's the Father of spirits, not the Father of flesh. That's why we need godly bodies with this new kingdom established. Go for it, Doc.
We got Baruch 4:28. For as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek Him 10 times more.
There you go. Being returned. You Jakes that woke up, hey, you returned, right? Now we got to seek Him 10 times more. And hey, like I said, man, speaking for myself first and foremost. Got a persistency, which, let me see. You drive, yeah, that next chapter, hey, the next scripture ties up perfectly. Go for it, Doc.
Matthew 7:7 in the NLT. Keep on asking and you will receive what you ask for. Keep on seeking and you will find. Keep on knocking and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives. Everyone who seeks finds. And to everyone who knocks, the door will be open.
So, hey, persistency, like I mentioned earlier, that's pretty much the theme of this lesson. You got to be persistent, whatever walk the level you may be in. We'll go for it, Doc.
You parents, if your children ask for a loaf of bread, do you give them a stone instead? Or if they ask for a fish, do you give them a snake? Of course not. So if you sinful people know how to give good gifts to your children, how much will your heavenly Father give food, good gifts to those who ask Him?
And that's because we're the sons of the living power. Hey, we stand here saying that confidently. So we ask confidently with our prayers. That's what to pray means. That's what literally praying means, to ask or to beg. We beg the Lord to forgive us. We beg the Lord to show us mercy. We beg the Lord to guide us with His wisdom. You see, to guide us to make the right decision with discernment. To be found favorable upon His judgment. Because we're all going to be judged, man. It ain't no, you come into this thing, you're exempt. You don't got to be judged. Nah, you got to be looked at, man. One-on-one. You know, like they in sales. You know, when I used to sell for this one company, they have one-on-ones. They examine you. So that's the same thing on this side, man. We're spiritually, we're giving out what we know, what we accumulated, in hopes that we receive in return to the Lord. The living waters out, you know, to give out this living water.
We got Luke 44 and 44.
Yeah, jump to that. We'll close out, read on down to 40.
Then he said, when I was with you before, I told you that everything written about me in the law yes, It was written long ago that the Messiah would suffer and die and rise from the dead on the third day. It was also written that his message would be in the authority of his name to all the nations, beginning in Jerusalem. There is forgiveness of
All Israelites who repent. Like it said earlier in Deuteronomy, Israel has been scattered among all nations. Go for it, Doc.
You are witnesses of all these things. And now I will send the Holy Spirit, just as my Father promised. But stay here in the city until the Holy Spirit comes and fills you with power from heaven.
There you go. Oh, that was verse 49.
That was the last one.
There you go. And that's what we're here for today, man. Yahweh Shai is not going to come back through his men, his sincere servants, his sincere friends, his brethren, the ones he literally got on the cross for. Not just any nation, not just any Israelite, but his chosen. So Yahweh will in this lesson